Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to solve the problems in the exercise 4.1. First subdivision. Find all the values of x such that satisfying these two conditions. First one, minus 10 pi less than or equal to x less than or equal to 10 pi and sin x equal to 0. It is a first subdivision. Similarly, there is a second subdivision. So my dear student, before that you can just remember the general solution of the trigonometrical equation. If sin theta equal to 0, what is the general solution? Then x equal to n pi. Now we have to choose the n value according to the given interval. So if you put 0, it's possible. Okay, 1 minus 1 plus 1 up to, so here n equal to 0 plus or minus 1 possible, plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3 up to plus or minus 10. So all the values are possible within this interval, and they are also included 10 pi and minus 10 pi. So x equal to n pi, where n equal to 0 plus or minus 1 up to plus or minus 2. These values satisfying the inequalities, okay, or the given interval. Similarly, come to the next question. The interval is minus 3 pi less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3 pi, sin x equal to minus 1. Already all the answers formula is present in 11th standard. If sin x equal to minus 1, okay, so what are the possible values? Just look at the diagram. Already we know that sin 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, sin of minus theta minus sin theta, so sin of minus pi by 2 is also minus 1. Similarly, minus pi by 2. So if sin x equal to minus 1, then the general solution is, what is the form? 4n minus 1 into pi by 2. Remember that 4n minus 1 into 5 by 2. Okay, if you put 0, we are getting minus pi by 2. If you put 1, okay, 3 pi by 2. If you put minus 1, minus 5 pi by 2. Okay, they are all the values lie in the given interval. So n equal to 0 plus or minus 1. These are the possible values for the given question. In the period and amplitude of the three questions, okay, we know that the period of sine function y equal to sin x is 2 pi, okay, so period of sin bx equal to 2 pi by modulus of b, just remember it, okay, so period of sin 7x is 2 pi by b value is 7, so modulus of b means 2 pi by 7. Obviously the amplitude is 1, maybe any function, if the product is 1, so amplitude is 1. Similarly, for the second subdivision, y equal to minus sin inverse of 1 by 3x, so the period y is again 2 pi by modulus of 1 by 3, so it goes to the numerator, so 6 pi. Obviously no change in the amplitude is 1, okay. Look at the third subdivision, okay, so here minus 2x there, so period of y is, okay, so 2 pi by modulus of minus 2, so it becomes 2, so pi, okay, and the amplitude means the amplitude for sine function is 1 into 4. So my dear student, look at the question number 3 in the exercise 4.1. Sketch the graph of the function y equal to sine 1 by 3 into x for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 6 pi. Look at here, so this is the period of this function is y is, so what is that? Obviously, so 2 pi by 1 by 3, so it is 6 pi, so that one period is given. So our aim is to sketch the graph, so it is 0 and 3 pi mid value, and imagine it is 6 pi, okay, so sin 0 0, sin 3 pi 0, sin 6 pi 0. Just imagine the maximum amplitude is 1, okay, just imagine the sinusoidal curve, just to draw it, no problem, okay. So where it gets the maximum and minimum value means, if you, for example, it attains value 1, put it here, 3 pi by 2. Put x equal to 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 by 3 we are getting 1. So 3 into pi by 2 means it is 270 degree. Similarly here minus means we need 3 pi by 2 there. So put 9 pi by 2, that means 810 degree. Okay, 9 into pi by 2. So here 9 into pi by 2, here what is that? 3 pi by 2. We put 3 pi by 2 here, 3 into pi by 2 by 3 pi by 2 sin pi by 2, we are getting 1. We put 9 pi by 2, that means 810 degree. So we are getting 3 pi by 2, that is minus 1. So we can draw the graph easily. So find the value of these two. That is a question. Question number 4 in the exercise 4.1. There are two subdivisions. So our aim is to find out sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3 means 2 into 60, 120. So sine value exists only in the principal domain minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So we have to make it as in that form. So the given one, sine inverse of sine 2 pi by 3, okay, can be written as sine inverse of sine 120. 120 can be written as, okay, 180 minus 60. Okay, so 180 minus 60. Okay, so second quadrant sine positive, so no problem. Sine remains sine, so we are getting sine inverse, or you can write pi minus pi by 3 in radian measure. Okay, so sine, it is nothing but sine 180 minus theta sine theta. So now it is in the principal domain. We can write inverse, we can apply the inverse, sine inverse of sine cancel, we are getting pi by 3. Similarly work out the second question. Okay, so the given one equal to sine inverse of sine, again 5 into 45, 225. So it can be written as 5 plus 45 degree. Okay, so sine inverse of, so what is that? 225 degree means it is third quadrant sine negative, so we are getting minus sine. Okay, so no change, sine pi by 4. Okay, so now minus sine theta can be written as sine of minus theta. So again it is in the principal domain, we can apply sine inverse. So sine inverse of sine equal to minus pi by 4. For what values of x sin x equal to sine inverse of x? Does sin x equal to sine inverse of x? That is question number 5 in the exercise 4.1. My dear student, if you look at the graph of sine and its inverse, okay, so it is the graph of the sine function, okay, and this is the graph of the sine inverse. The values are in the radian measurement. Maybe it is look like it means other than 2 points then 0, other than 2 points then 0. So it is not correct because it is mentioned in the radian measurement. That's why the diagram is looking like they are meeting at some other 2 points except 0, but it is not correct. If you draw the graph in degree measurement instead of radian measurement, if we draw the degree measurement, we get the exact graph. So like this, so it won't meet other than 0. So only possible value is when x equal to 0. Okay, so the possible value for x is for x is 0 only. So once again repeating, if we look at the diagram in the radian measurement, it may be look like meeting some other points. Okay, so avoiding that confusion, just look at the diagram in the degree measurement, we get the clear diagram. In the exercise 4.1, the question is find the domain of the following two subdivisions. So look at here, f of x equal to sine inverse of something, x square plus 1 by 2x. Already we know that the domain of sine inverse of x is close interval minus 1 comma 1. So whatever the value, so it lies between minus and 1 less than or equal to x square plus 1 by 2x less than or equal to 1, just multiply by 2x minus 2x less than or equal to x square plus 1 less than or equal to 2x. Let me consider one by one, either first one or the second one. So x square plus 1 greater than or equal to minus 2x. So x square plus 2x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So x plus 1 the whole square greater than or equal to 0. Okay, if we similarly consider the second one, x square plus 1 by 2x less than or equal to 1, x square plus 1 less than or equal to minus 2x. So x square plus 2x, x square minus 2x plus 1 less than or equal to 0. So x minus 1 the whole square less than or equal to 0, which is not possible because square of any number need not be less than negative value. Okay, so only this is possible. So x plus 1 the whole square greater than or equal to 0 means all the values between minus 1 1 satisfying that. Okay, so minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1, that is the answer for the first subdivision. Okay, and the second one, again we know the domain of the sine inverse minus close interval minus 1 comma 1. So the value inside the bracket lies between minus 1 and plus 1, also that values. Okay, so now what about that value? 2x minus 1. So add 1. So 1 minus 1 0. So here 1 minus 1, 2x less than or equal to 2. Okay, next divided by 2, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. So x belongs to close interval 0 comma 1. 7 in the exercise 4.1, find the value of sine inverse of sine pi by 9 into cos pi by 9 plus cos 5 pi by 9 into sine pi by 9. Okay, so look at the value inside the bracket. It is of the form sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine a cos b plus cos a sine b is nothing but sine a plus b. Sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. It is nothing but sine of a plus b. Okay, so use that formula. So sine inverse of, so 5 pi by 9 plus pi by 9. So totally 6 pi by 9. So sine cancel 2 pi by 3. So already know that we need to convert into the principal domain. Okay, so sine inverse of 120 can be written as, okay, 180 minus 60. 2 pi by 3 means 120. It can be written as 180 minus 60. So sine 180 minus theta, here I forgot to sine 5 pi by 9 plus pi by 9. Okay, so sine 6 pi by 9. Okay, so sine 2 pi by 3. Okay, the principal domain for the sine inverse we have to convert into that form. So 180 minus 60, that is sine 120. So sine inverse of sine 180 minus theta, sine theta. Okay, second quadrant. So sine 60 degree. So now we can apply the sine inverse. We are getting pi by 3.